Hello, everybody. I just want to say that right now you are doing great. I like the work that I see, and you know, you guys are you should be proud of yourselves. Um, as I've been mentioning to you, though, please send your work as an attachment, not in the comment section. Um, as many of you are realizing that if you have a Mac, this becomes a problem. Um, what I have to do is if you send me an attachment and it doesn't go through, and ideally you should be using Microsoft Word. That's ideally it works best. But if not, I have to put a 0, get it out of the way, and then I have to get an assignment from you resent to me in my private email, which I have to then add in by hand. So we want to avoid that for the long haul, if at all possible. Okay. For now, you're not getting docked any points for that. There's just going to be a process that we have to deal with if that's the case. I try to grade as quickly as possible, but I do have more than one class, and I have many, especially my other class. So I just, every week I should have most of your work graded by Sunday, most of it. Um, and feel free to always kind of write to me if you feel like you need to, you know, check up on that. And especially if you are sending me your work, on Mondays, if you've had to send me through my personal email your work because it couldn't go through on the Blackboard, feel free to text me and say, hey, Professor Pollock, did you remember to add that assignment in? Okay, I don't mind that. And in fact, it's good that you kind of help check up on your grade all the time too, and make sure that everything's looking the way you think it should look, that all the points are adding up in the way that you think they should. Okay. Second of all, the paper. I just want to clarify. My papers are intended really for an online setting, and meaning that I'm not really trying to get you to always write papers that would be expected in a university setting. I've already talked to some of you on the phone about this, but in a college setting for history, you'd have to write the Chicago style system, not MLA. But I'm not having you do that. What I really want you to do is they're all going to be very simple, just to clarify. I want you to clarify the points I'm asking so that you demonstrate that you understand the material. So, for instance, with this week, and many of you already did this perfectly in the papers that you sent, I've already graded several, you're really kind of telling me back what I told you. Do you understand the scientific view about how humans and human culture emerges into the world scene? And you tell me those basic ideas. That's all. Great. Whole points. Okay? And so this leads me to another point. I really don't want you using outside sources all that much. When it comes to the papers I have, I want you to demonstrate that you're actually reading, watching the lectures, paying attention to documentaries or other clips that I'm providing, and that you are getting the material. Okay? That's what I want to know. I want to see that you're engaged with it and that you get it. And you don't need to pull too much outside of that. I don't always mind. I'm not putting a strict ban on outside information, but you sure better refer to it, make a reference, so it's not plagiarism. I don't care how you refer to it. I'm not asking you in an MLA format or any other kind of particular way, but you better make clear where you're getting that information from if you're drawing from outside. But I want to encourage you to stick within what you have been provided with, mainly. Okay? And then you can always ask me any questions about some of them. And I'll let you know if I'm limited in my knowledge or if I have strength. You'll notice very fast where I have an extensive knowledge of some of these subjects and then less in certain departments, as any historian would. This is an honest answer that we have to say. We don't know everything, but we try, and we try to handle certain parts of our field. I'm a world historian, and I did study a lot about when we get into Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. I have strength there. but I do know quite a bit about some other things as well. The important part is, again, though, is that if you feel that you're confused by some of the things that I say or refer to, or even you feel like they're maybe not right, let me know. That's the other thing. When you teach in the setting, especially in a when I'm recording it, sometimes I don't know if I said something wrong or I changed the word order. And so feel free, if you see that, we professors can make mistakes, and I watch professors in my college make mistakes in giving a lecture, because you're speaking off the cuff sometimes, and somebody asks a question and you're just off a little bit. So feel free to write to me, and I'll make a correction if that's the case. It's usually not the case, but if it happens, let me know. I like to be precise, and I don't want anybody to be misled on anything. I hope that you are going to enjoy this week's readings as we start delving into Mesopotamian religion, and then as we go into Egypt, we're going to still kind of be reaching into a little bit of that biblical history, but we will also be going outside of that as well. Okay, and I'm aware that some of you have a lot of knowledge in these things, and some have very little. Okay, and so let me know if you're one of those who needs a little extra help, if I'm using vocabulary or words that are not necessarily like familiar to you, and I seem to be almost expecting you to know what they mean. Again, please give me a call if that needs some clarification. I'll end there. I hope you had a great weekend. Here we go, another work week. Whew.